when Chewbacca was defeated by a serial killer protocol droid. Wookiees and protocol droids aren't known to get along well. Bar the peculiar example of Chewbacca and C-3PO, the two very opposing personalities of a primitive Wookiee and an uptight droid just don't really mix. So it's no surprise that Chewie would eventually brawl with one. But he probably didn't expect to fight 000, the droid that was so terrifying he was locked away for 100 years. So what happened when this Wookiee warrior went toe-to-toe with this murderous droid? That's today's story. Just a short while after Luke Skywalker heroically destroyed the Death Star, Han Solo and Chewbacca are on a rescue mission to find Luke. His X-Wing had been down on the planet of Vrogas Vas during a game of chicken with Darth Vader in low orbit. While searching for Luke, Chewie and Han ended up standing off against the Dark Lord's right-hand woman, Doctor Aphra. Han Solo was perched high up in the rocks, looking down at Doctor Aphra and her black protocol droid 000 through the scope of his long-range rifle. Trip was carrying an unconscious Luke Skywalker over his shoulder, a predicament that Han and his Wookiee counterpart needed to reverse immediately. After all, Trip was a known fan of torture and blood draining, but the smuggler had a plan. He stalled for a time, annoying Aphra, but it was necessary. Chewie was sneaking up from behind the pair of Imperials. As 000 started to wonder about Han's sidekick, he quickly got his answer. Chewie suddenly emerged from the cavern behind the droid, roaring loudly. In an attempt to both free Luke and disarm the evil droid, the Wookiee tore one of Trip's arms out of its socket, a maneuver his kind was rather infamously known for. The droid's body shined with arcs of electricity, and 000 dropped the still unconscious Luke to the ground. In true protocol droid fashion, Trip eloquently hurled countless insults at Chewie.
"What have you done, you fur-brained amateur dismemberer? That was my best dissecting hand,"
000 shouted. Chewbacca couldn't care less as he swung the droid's arm in the air, his own cybernetic trophy. Meanwhile, Aphra set her sights on Solo. The pair fired their blasters at each other. None could find their mark as the large boulders offered too much cover. With the droid's arm still in hand, Chewie relentlessly beat Trip with it. 000 shouted again.
"Stop beating me with my own arm, you cretinous animal! Oh, the indignity!"
But of course, Trip had some diabolical tricks yet to be revealed. As he relentlessly quipped and talked through the assault, 000 subtly made it clear that he is unlike any other protocol droids. To demonstrate, he ejected a small needle from his middle finger, which he lightly injected into Chewie's leg. As the Wookiee collapsed to the floor, disoriented and stripped of power, Trip got himself together and proclaimed that the injection was filled with 500 milligrams of Mandalorian xenotox. Chewie attempted to process the information, but his vision quickly became blurred. Soon, all he could see were 000's red eyes. And that wasn't all. Trip's penchant for draining blood was allowed to flourish here, with no one else around to tell him otherwise. As Chewie lay lumped on the ground, the protocol droid calmly released another gadget from one of his fingers. This time, it was a blade. The piercing red eyes approached the Wookiee, ready to carve his skin, until a blue lightsaber came through and sliced the protocol droid's remaining arm clean off. It was Luke. Having regained his strength, he definitively and heroically stabbed Trip right through his torso. Skywalker saved Chewbacca from a terrifying fate, and the entire group seemed safe, for now at least. Some tables had turned, and some had stayed the same. As an exhausted Luke stood, lightsaber still ignited, Trip collapsed in a bright blue explosion of electrical circuits, just the same as when Chewie ripped his arm out. Usually known for defeating droids with little effort, Chewbacca got a rude awakening when fighting 000. It was to be expected, though. 000 was a droid that even Darth Vader considered to be one of the most dangerous in the galaxy. For 000, his defeat of Chewbacca marked one of his most impressive victories, and one that he would remember for years to come.